In 1947, Japan drew a box on paper. Maximum length, 2.8 meters. Maximum engine, 360 cc. Maximum width, 1 meter. They called it K, meaning light. What came out of that box over the next 7 decades is one of the greatest engineering stories in automotive history. America missed it entirely, and the reason why says something fascinating about both the cars and the people who cannot see them. Picture this, 1958. Subaru hands an engineer a brief that sounds like a joke. 4 adults, space of a dining table, almost zero running cost. What he builds is the Subaru 360, 356cc, 385 kilograms, 4-wheel seats, fuel economy that embarrasses modern hybrids. Not a toy, not a compromise, a solution to an exact problem. Japan bought it immediately. America saw a photograph and called it cute. Picture this, 1967. Honda drops the N360, twin-cam motorcycle-derived engine, front-wheel drive, independent suspension that full-size cars of that era could not match. It became the best-selling car in Japan, not because nothing else existed, because it was genuinely fast, precise, and alive in a way bigger cars simply were not. Small and light done correctly does not feel like less. It feels like more of something heavier machines have completely forgotten how to offer. The 1980s, Japanese manufacturers stopped treating the K-box as a restriction and start treating it as a competition. Suzuki builds the Alto Works, 550cc, turbocharged, intercooled, power per liter that embarrassed proper sports cars. Mitsubishi answers with the Minica Dangan ZZ, an engine so aggressively engineered that regulators had to rewrite the rules after it arrived. Every cubic centimeter became a battlefield. Every gram of weight became an argument someone had to win. And then came the Honda Beat, 1991. Mid-engine, 656cc naturally aspirated, red line at 8,100 RPM, 760 kilograms. Car journalists who drove it did not say adequate or acceptable. They said surgical. They said alive. One road test called it the purest driving experience available for any amount of money. Not the fastest, the purest. Because at 760 kilograms, nothing is being filtered. Nothing is being absorbed by mass. You feel everything. And that is exactly what most modern cars have spent decades engineering away. Now picture this. An American sees a K car for the first time. The sequence is always identical. Mild amusement, then cute, then immediately the question, what happens when a real truck hits you on the highway? Nobody asked this about motorcycles, which sit on the same roads, at the same speeds, with a fraction of the protection. The K car is not being evaluated. It is being sentenced before the trial begins. The actual data tells a different story. The current Suzuki Alto earned 5 stars in Japanese crash testing. Modern K cars use high-strength steel and engineered safety cages that have improved across every single generation. The car is not as fragile as it looks, but the look was decided before anyone checked the numbers. The Suzuki Carry has been in production since 1961. 660cc turbocharged, 720 kilograms, 350 kilogram payload. That cargo to body weight ratio beats full-size pickup trucks. American farmers found it through the 25-year import rule and discovered it could go places nothing else could. The appreciation did not come from car culture. It came from a problem the Carry solved better than anything else on the market. The K category has, across 70 years, produced some of the most honest machines ever built. The Honda Beat, the Suzuki Cappuccino, the Autozam AZ-1. Mid-engine, gull-wing doors, 64 horsepower and 720 kilograms cornering with a ferocity that had no business existing in something this small. These are not footnotes. They are proof that the most interesting engineering happens inside constraints, not despite them. It was never about engine size. It was about a way of thinking about cars that America was never taught, and is only now, very slowly, beginning to learn. There's a type of person who just read this entire thing and already knew everything before we said it. They knew the Beats red line, the Carry's payload, the AZ-1's weight, never owned any of these cars, probably never will. We already made a video about them.